I'm angry with God, she said to me. It was a kind of a strange way to start a conversation. So I asked her, do you have time to have a cup of coffee? We were in an airport, so we found a little place and sat down. And I said, talk to me about why you're angry. And she said, well, I heard you speak recently, and you said something that can't be true. And I said, what did I say? And she said, you said that God is all-powerful, but you also said that God is loving. And she said, you're just going to have to choose one or the other. So I asked her what she meant, and then poured out the terrible story. She has buried 2 sons. And she said, let's go with your theory that God's all-powerful. Well, if that's true, I still buried 2 boys, so he's not all-loving. Or if you want to go the other way, let's say that God is love, but I've still buried 2 boys, so God is not all-powerful, or he could have stopped it. Honestly, I think that is one of the greatest challenges for you and I, to believe in a God who could have stopped something, and yet he didn't. Yet I also think it's one of the greatest gifts of Christmas, that God was willing to leave what was perfect to come to our imperfect, broken world, to help us live with both realities as true. I don't know what you've faced this year. I don't know what's on your heart as you walk into this Christmas season. But the one thing I do want you to know is that God understands your pain because he actually took human flesh. I love the way the psalmist David wrote it. He said this in Psalm 43, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Perhaps it's hard for you to really rejoice this Christmas season, but I want you to know that the God who came as a baby is the one who offers you to come with all your brokenness. You actually get to be angry with God. You get to tell him everything that you feel, everything you're walking through. You get to pour out your whole heart until you're exhausted, and that you get to bury your face in the mane of the Lion of Judah. It's one of the other great dichotomies, that the great Lion of Judah is also a lamb who was willing to be slaughtered for you and for me, so that we could know the gift of Christmas goes beyond the Christmas season and walks with us every day of our lives.